Huge news in the crypto community today. We have the opportunity for all 12 spot Bitcoin ETFs to be approved at once. We've got a 1-week window that starts today. Very exciting times. And the SEC is in talks with Grayscale to convert its trust to a Bitcoin ETF. All very good signs. In this episode, I'm going to unpack when I believe they will get approved, if that will be this week, and what will happen if it's this week or if it's next year, because the ultimate deadline is January 10th for the ARK Invest Spot Bitcoin ETF. I'm also going to unpack my simple strategy for you to succeed in this up-and-coming bull market, to crush it, and to really get rich in crypto without getting lucky, or at the very least, to reach your goals. Right around this time, the last Bitcoin cycle, I started accumulating the altcoins I believed were destined for success after the research that I had done, the points at which I would accumulate, and I also had a strategy if Bitcoin were to have a massive correction, which it most evidently did, and it usually does within these bull cycles. As I've said in other episodes, I expect Bitcoin to do a 20 to 50% correction within the next handful of months. How could that play out and more? Stay tuned. I'm your host, Megan Nilsson, aka Crypto Megan, coming to you from sunny southern Marbella, Spain. I'm at our tennis and gym club today. It's absolutely gorgeous, beautiful blue skies. I'm secretly biased. I hope you all move here because I absolutely love the lifestyle here. And so I just can't wait. I can't wait to get into this with you. Thank you for being here today. And let's get right into it. So first off, this is really important news to unpack about this 1-week window that we have. Do I believe they will all be approved in this 1-week window? Chances are slim in my opinion, but it could happen, so we need to be ready for anything. Now, the actual absolute deadline is January 10th for the ARK Invest Bitcoin ETF, and a Bloomberg analyst believes that it is a 90% surefire bet that it will be approved by then. So what now? What now, and how can we prepare? Should we wait for this imminent 20 to 50% crash and then get a better entry? My answer? Guys, I've been around these cycles. I've been here for multiple cycles. I've seen a lot, and I'm telling you, waiting for that magic number, both to the downside and the upside, is a dangerous strategy. And just your average dollar cost averaging strategy is going to get you so much further. So when I started accumulating right around this time last cycle, I picked Link up at $4, rode it all the way to the top. I think Link had an all-time high of $59. Theta, I was buying Theta at 65 cents, which ran onto $15.90, which was like a 25x. And of course, Cardano, which is my North Star of my portfolio and one that I was really excited about. I bought it in this same time last cycle for just under 5 cents. Just under 5 cents, and it went on to do a 65x. We are on the precipice of a massive opportunity, and this Bitcoin ETF is coming. So will you be ready? And I know what you're thinking now. Okay, so where do I get started if I want to have a successful portfolio and eventually get rich in crypto, retire? The answer is you need to start. That's the simple answer. You need to get started now. Start planning. Get yourself a whiteboard like I did. Write down all your targets, the money that you'll be able to use to fund this plan. And of course, you want to do that very carefully. Some people are in different stages in their life to be able to take more risk than less. Only you know. But to start drafting out your portfolio, in my opinion, what I'm doing is trying to get as much extra income as humanly possible to be able to put in these markets, because I believe this is going to be a very explosive bull run. So the answer is dollar cost averaging. You start now and you average in, and make sure that you've got 10 to 20% dry powder, meaning cash, that you can buy the dip with, because there will be a dip. There are always dips. In fact, they're pretty volatile dips that might shake a lot of people out in the bull runs. And that's precisely when you need to be ready. Do I think you should wait for the next crash? Let's say in this 1-week window, the SEC does not approve any of the Bitcoin ETFs and the hype kind of dies down and we start to have a little bit of a drawdown and possibly a big correction. Should you wait for that? No. The short answer, in my opinion, is no. This is not financial advice. This is what I'm doing. I am not waiting. I've been averaging in throughout the whole bear market, which I know for a lot of people is really tough because they have the mental scars of this last brutal 2-year bear market, and that's totally normal. And for those of you who haven't survived this last 2-year bear market, you're lucky because you don't have these mental scars to keep you from getting in when you should. And for those of you who have, congratulations, you just stuck out one of the most bearish moments in Bitcoin's history and you're still here. So congratulations. If you made it this far, like and subscribe. I want to ride this journey with you to the top. buckle up. We're going to do this together. And I'm telling you, start planning now. So what will that portfolio look like? That magical portfolio that's going to get you to where you want to go if you start now. And if you've already started, congratulations. If you haven't, now is as good a time as ever. I mean, it's basically baked in the Bitcoin code that after the halving and the supply shock, together with the fact that the US will probably start printing money again as we come into an election year and they're over-leveraged in debt and need to start stimulating the economy again, this is brewing up to be the perfect storm. So what do? You draw up your plan and you stick to it no matter what, and you try to take all of the emotion out of it because emotion is a money killer, and we just stick to what we know. So what would your portfolio look like? A more conservative portfolio would have a lot more Bitcoin and ETH exposure. A less conservative portfolio might have no Bitcoin exposure in the beginning, more ETH, and more of the large to mid-cap altcoins to grow the portfolio more, and maybe possibly taking some of those profits not only into USDT, but also into Bitcoin to start eventually building up your Bitcoin savings, which could actually be your retirement. I mean, think about it. If Bitcoin hits 10 million per coin, like Michael Saylor predicts in the next decade, you can still get rich off of Bitcoin, which is crazy because we're already at $36,000. So the point is, it's time to act now in a big way. And if you decide to change your life, there is a chemical reaction that happens when somebody really decides to change the course of their entire life, and it is magical. And I've witnessed it in people that I've worked with and consulted for, and now I want to witness it with you on this channel, and I want you to keep me updated on how it's going. As far as altcoins that I love for next season, I'm looking at some major narratives, which are AI, privacy, interoperability, meaning making the chains be able to communicate with themselves in a proper way that doesn't compromise on security, as well as gaming and many other categories, but those are the hot ones coming in. I'll keep you updated. I have a private Patreon members group in which I keep you updated in real time, what I'm buying, what I'm looking at, opportunities. And I just want you guys all to win. So some of the coins that I would start looking to as we gear up to come into this next most explosive bull run, Chainlink. Link is going to be a driver of the bull run for sure, in my opinion. Theta has a long way to go to its all-time high, and they're making partnership after partnership, and they're also working with the big brands like Samsung. They have their own NFT marketplace, a community. Solana, which is heating up. I have to admit, Solana wasn't always one of the top coins in my portfolio because I don't like it because it goes down so much. However, I've seen that it's getting adopted by a lot of these big institutions, and I'd like to have some exposure to that in my portfolio. So also, Cardano, for sure. That is one of my North Stars. Like I said, Ethereum, do not count Ethereum out. I know a lot of people in my video the other day were saying that Ethereum is slow and clunky. No, just tune out all the noise. There's so much user base on Ethereum. It's insane, and it's not going to die this bull run for sure. So keep Ethereum on your list. Of course, I have XRP Army. I've got a lot of different coins. If you guys want me to break down my real in-depth strategy below and different types of strategies based on risk tolerance and size of allocation, let me know and I can do a deep dive video for you. I'm just giving you some ideas. Do your research on these coins and figure out the ones that resonate with you and start moving now. We're not waiting for that magic number. We are making moves, and I'm telling you, in the next handful of months, we're going to be back talking here as a community about how successful things are going, because this is baked into the code. It has happened every time in Bitcoin's history, and there's no reason for it to be different this cycle. That being said, there are no guarantees. Of course, this is a very high-risk market. However, I'm choosing to place my eggs in these baskets. I'm betting on Bitcoin. I am opting out, and that is my strategy. And for the OGs who stuck around to the end of this episode, it's so beautiful here. In fact, I'm going to throw up now some shots of our gym and the tennis club and the beach, just because I want you to see just how quality of a life it is here in Spain, and how nice it is when you decide to dedicate your time and really make a schedule that not only helps you propel forward financially in your work, but also your health. Your health is so important. So my daily routine is coming here to the gym, getting a good workout on. If I'm lucky, possibly chatting it up with Djokovic and watching him play, which is absolutely insane. He is the GOAT. It is so much fun. But back to the point on the fitness. The fitness will make you focus, because when you're striving to make yourself better, not only physically, but mentally in every way, things happen. Magical things happen. Manifestation is really real. And one thing I've been really enjoying lately are cold showers. I just did one today. We have the sauna, so I'm going back and forth from the sauna and the cold shower. And I actually, for the first time, was in the cold water and the cold water felt hot. And somebody told me that if that's the case, then you know it's working. It's just such a cool sensation. You come out and you get such a rush and it's so good for your body. Research these cold baths. I'm not the only one that thinks so. So those are just some tips for fitness. And my husband owns the biggest personal training school in Europe. And so it's a huge part of our life. So I'd love to share these things with you. If you like that, let me know in the comments. And I hope you're having a fantastic week. I cannot wait for this next week to see what happens with the Bitcoin ETFs. So that's all for today. I hope you liked today's episode. If you did, please hit the subscribe button. You can get these daily videos delivered to you so you don't miss anything, any important news on these markets, and we are going to succeed all the way together. Thank you for being here, and until tomorrow.